Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for January 2023, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have the overall energy for the reading as well with a different oracle deck. We'll dive into the tarot, and then I have my clarifying deck and a soul truth self-awareness deck for the extended. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everyone, so do take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right. In your recent past, you have bring love into the situation with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So your recent past was a lot of frustration, I think is a good word for that. Anger, not so much, maybe a little bit of anger stemming from frustration, but it just feels like things were, I mean, you're showing up, in your recent past here as the Queen of Wands in reverse. So then you have bring love into the situation, which was like, it was almost like this was whatever situation you were dealing with was kind of put there to help you open your heart a little bit more, to maybe something specific to the world around you. I'm not quite sure. You do have the overall energy of this reading as release and death. These cards look really scary, but I feel like the energy is not. Because what I think that this is talking about is the release of some sort of an attachment. Because, I mean, you have the death card there, and then in your current energy, you have your dreams need a practical plan with the death card. So to me, it feels like something, like some cycle needs to end in order for you to step into whatever it is that is in alignment with your dreams. Because, I mean, this way that I'm reading this message is your dreams are still possible. What you want for yourself is absolutely possible. It's almost like you're in between making it happen. Like there's something that needs to come to a close, a full close before that happens, because you have expect powerful change with the devil in reverse in your immediate future. So the way I'm saying this is when you're able to release some sort of an attachment to something, that's when things start to change for the better here. But I'm not quite sure what that attachment is. So we will dive in and see what this is talking about. But there's something that needs to be released. And I feel like that's what this death card is saying. Something that needs to end. All right, this is recent past for Leo. Recent past for Leo. Clarifying this, bring love into the situation with the Queen of Wands in reverse. You get the Queen of Wands in reverse. I love that. I love when tarot does that. Queen of Wands in reverse with a Knight of Cups in reverse. So what this is saying is almost like you were letting your emotions get the better of you. In your recent past. We're all, we're human. We all do that. I'm a Leo, and it's kind of funny seeing those messages because it's like, yeah, that definitely makes sense. But it was like frustration of some sort. Like, I don't know why that word frustration keeps coming through because then you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it's almost like the doubt that you have in your own abilities or your own what you're deserving of was causing you to get kind of frustrated about the fact that things weren't yet, like you weren't yet experiencing the outcome that you were hoping for. That doesn't mean that it's not possible, but there's something getting in your way here. To me, it looks like you getting in your own way, which is we're the only people who can get in our own way. So that makes plenty of sense. All right. Recent past for Leo. Recent past for Leo. The sunflower in these cards are really sticking out to me for some reason. It's almost like, but it's upside down. It's almost like rebirth kind of thing happening here is what I'm feeling. Because the Moon and the Four of Swords with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You've experienced some pretty heavy losses in your life. And so I get what's happening here. It's like you've experienced a lot of really heavy losses. And so that's caused you to start to fear that loss in almost everything that you do. Like whether it's in your career or your love life or families or friends. And it's almost like you've forgotten a lot of your power because you're so afraid of losing whatever it is that you care about because you've experienced some pretty heavy losses. But this energy with the Five of Pentacles in reverse is kind of this energy of saying, this reminder of like you haven't lost anything at all. Now, of course, you feel that loss, and of course, there's an emotional attachment to that loss. And maybe that's what this is saying. is releasing your attachment to whatever it is that you've lost and realizing that that had to end so that you could step into your dreams here, your alignment. Because with the moon and the four of swords, it's almost like this was an energy where you really had to try to make sure you were seeing through the illusion, that you were seeing through the illusion of fear. And with the four of swords here, that was really, going within, using quiet time to do that. To make sure that you're not getting too, and that's where I feel like the bring love into the situation, like to me it was like bring the divine into the situation, bring spirit, bring the universe into the situation, all kind of being that energy of love. So it just feels like it was like seeing through this devil energy, ultimately this fear, this attachment to what has happened in the past, because I feel like you fear history repeating itself. Reset past for Leo. This is recent past for Leo. The Six of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Cups. So it just kind of feels like whatever you were investing in, like maybe you were investing in things that you were hoping were going to reciprocate for you, whether it be a relationship or a career or whatever the case is. This is a general reading, so do take it as it resonates. But it just felt like you could never quite get there with this Ten of Cups. It was like you were looking for this emotional fulfillment on whatever level, and it just wasn't happening for you, but there was a reason for that. Because I feel like this could, with this Page of Wands that I just saw, it's right here on the back of the deck, it's almost like this has been a theme for you throughout your life, like not really ever being able to sustain what it is that you're building or what it is that you're investing in. But I also feel like it's like the divine teaching you how to, in a way. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Current energy for Leo. Switch gears here. So yeah, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you were not receiving what it is that you were wanting, where you were hoping for. So that caused a lot of frustration. You were investing more than you were getting, and that caused a lot of frustration for you. But then in your current energy, you have your dreams need a practical plan with the Death card. So let's clarify that. Clarifying your dreams need a practical plan with the Death card. The Queen of Swords in reverse with the Five of Pentacles. It's almost like you're having a hard time facing this loss. Like maybe it was like it was such a monumental, emotional event for you that it's been really hard to face the truth of it. Something about the truth, like facing the truth of it, facing the truth of why it had to happen. Because this is interesting. I don't know where this Death card is coming from. I mean, you have it twice, right? You have the Death card twice. But it's like with the Queen of Swords in reverse right now is a need to really try to see through, like to try to do that thing that no one wants to do and try to see, okay, how did I play a role in the fallout or the loss of this thing? And if you have already done that, forgiving yourself for the way that you've played a role in it. Because I feel like there's this level of like holding on to this loss for some reason. I'm not really sure where that's coming from, but yeah, it's like holding on to this loss is causing you to, I didn't set the intention, so I'm not, is causing you to doubt like anything that you invest in moving forward, because it's like you're just kind of like, oh well, everything's going to turn out like it did. Like whether this is a conscious or subconscious like occurrence. Okay, current energy for Leo. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse with the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. You're kind of playing it safe with what you're investing in. It's like you're holding back from something. And it's because you doubt this. It's like you fear your own failure because you've experienced failure in the past. Now again, whether this is relationships or otherwise. It just feels like you fear, yeah, like failing. And that's what needs to end here, because that's, if you've healed and learned the lessons that you need to learn, and maybe that's what this is saying, is like you've got to learn what you need to learn from whatever it is that happened, so you can truly let go of it and step into the, to a new beginning. Or it doesn't even really necessarily feel like a new beginning. I feel like you have, it's like just investing in it the right way, because right now you're not investing in it from a place of confidence. You're investing in it by kind of playing it safe. Like, to me, this is kind of like being in your comfort zone. And there's the Ten of Pentacles. So we've seen the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So this has to do with like your path, like your long-term emotional fulfillment almost. And then you have the Knight of Wands in reverse, because this to me is like lack of vulnerability. Like you're struggling with really opening yourself up to something, or the potential of getting hurt again. And that's why this is like this, like you're playing it safe. And that is causing more strife for you, actually, because it's like you think that by playing it safe, you're protecting yourself, but what you're actually doing is like running the risk of sabotaging something. But let's see. Okay, current energy for Leo. There's the Ace of Swords and the Two of Wands. Yeah, okay, so you have the Ace of Swords and the Two of Wands with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Again, this is that self-doubt that we saw. It's like you're not, because this is about your path. You have the Two of Wands, so this is something that aligns with your path here. You're not seeing, like, to me, this is like not seeing it clearly, not seeing the truth of it, and it's because of this self-doubt. It's like you're not seeing what you're capable of. And it's because you've experienced failure in the past. So this Death card, to me, this release, because you have release and death, is like that letting go of your attachment to what has already happened. Because that isn't, if, like I said, if you've learned what you needed to learn and you've moved forward, then you can honestly say, like, I'm not that person anymore who made those mistakes. Therefore, I'm not going to make those mistakes again. Therefore, I don't need to fear the same outcome. It's almost like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty major fear of failure. And it's almost like maybe you want to take a leap of faith and start something you're passionate about, but you don't want to leave your 9 to 5, or you want to take a leap of faith and leave a relationship that you're not happy with, but you're afraid that if you do that, then um, you will never find something better. Or if you want to take a next step in your career, like there's just this level of self-doubt, of fear of failure, that I almost don't even feel is all that conscious for you, but it's held you back from doing whatever it is you were meant to do. And then there's the Queen of Cups in reverse, so it's like allowing your emotions to dictate your actions, but not like in a conscious way. Almost like it's almost like you don't realize this is happening, right? Immediate future for Leo. And then you have this expect powerful change with the release of the Devil, so I like that. Immediate future for Leo. It's clarifying this expect powerful change with the Devil. There's the Knight of Wands. It's like, because to me the Knight of Wands is like leap of faith. Like you just are kind of like, okay, like I'm gonna do it, and that's what moves things forward for you here. It's like facing the fear, and in doing that, you overcome it. Because the only way, to really see through the illusion of fear is to face it and say, like, I'm not gonna let you win. In a way, like befriend it almost. Say like, okay, that's, it's interesting that you're afraid of that, but like talking to yourself through it, like you don't have anything to be afraid of. Just because I've experienced, um, similar events in my life doesn't mean that that's happening again. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like you're kind of being triggered about your past right now, and I feel like you don't even really realize it. Immediate future. Oh, Two of Pentacles upright. Okay, Two of Pentacles with the Five of Wands in reverse. So there's balance coming in. Like this like right now, you know, you have to be able to hold both hope and fear at the same time. If we lean too much on fear, then we won't, we're not going to get anywhere. But if we lean too much on hope, then we're going to get our fears are going to get triggered all the time. You have to hold both at the same time. You have to be able to say, I am afraid that this might happen, but I'm also hopeful for the opposite. And that's where you kind of find the middle, which is like this like peace. Leaning too much on hope. It's like that concept of we rob our joy today by worrying about what may or may not happen tomorrow, but we also rob our joy tomorrow by through our expectations, like expecting things to go one way or another. And it's almost like this is you finding a balance between like hope and fear, like the light and dark, like holding both, understanding that one can't exist without the other. It's getting deep, but also realizing that you don't have to believe one or the other. You can kind of just find this piece of saying everything's going to, work out the way it needs to, and everything that is happening for me, not to me. Granted, that's hard to do. I get that. But with the 5 of Wands in reverse, that's going to help you kind of like change this like conflicting energy that you've been putting out. You've been putting out some like it's like your hope and your fear is kind of fighting with itself, so it gets you nowhere. Because you lean on hope one day and then fear the next, and then you're really excited and then you're really kind of upset, and that doesn't allow things to flow. You kind of have to learn to hold both, balance both, and say they both exist, but I'm also finding peace of like through like whatever happens is what needs to happen. And also trusting in divine timing too. I think that's important. Immediate future for Leo. But to you, it's like you take a risk towards something you invest in. There's the 7 of Pentacles with the Hermit. It's like even the 10 of Pentacles right there. It's like you start to take a risk towards something. But there's also this level of like reevaluation that's needed. Like reevaluation about what it is maybe that actually makes you happy, or what it is that you actually want, and making sure that you are, aligning with that, and that you're not just investing in something out of hope or something out of fear. So there is a pretty major release coming, but it's like, I feel like it feels really scary, but it's not. It's not like a scary, nothing bad's happening. It's just like, it's change, right? Change is always scary, but it's good change. And it's ultimately leading you to what you want. I just feel like you don't really, like, you're not super clear. Because like we said, we're not super clear on our path right now, right? With the Ace of Swords in reverse. Like there's this level of just not being super clear on, like, first and foremost, the potential you have. And second of all, like, what lies ahead. But okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive into the energies of this, get some clarification. Then I have an advice card to pull at the end. So any information on that is in the description box below. Otherwise, thank you so much, Leo, for watching this reading and for the support of my channel. It means more to me than you know, and I hope to see you in future readings.